Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Phew! That trip back and forth from Vietnam every day is getting tiring. Day 6 out of the office, day 3 in my MOCA journal, which is my Missouri, California journal. So I was able to print my quilting patterns, my quilting section. This is my Allie Edwards story kit that I just got, and I'm trying to go through it and see if there's things in it I want to use it. There were a couple of green cards that were really pretty, and I'm like, I could use these possibly. So I pulled some aside, um, and then started in. I'm loving those little folders that they're coming in. That might be a whole new journal in those things. But anyhow, so here is my work from yesterday. And I did come up with a way to do my weather every day, but I didn't do these days. And my glue was melting under the lights here. But anyhow, so me doing this yesterday without the pictures means that some of my pictures need to be trimmed down, as that one. That's the whole group of us that have been going. This was our 4th year doing the reunion. We're called the Sewing with Friends group. And anyhow, so that's all of us on the staircase. We do that every year. And strangely enough, that lady that I'm cutting her picture down right there, she graduated from the same high school as I did in California 15 years before me. This lady is my roommate because I got to stay downstairs. She needs a handicap room, and she didn't have anybody staying with her. And she goes, "You're getting ready to go on another trip." She goes, "Do you want to save your foot and room with me downstairs?" I'm like, well, only if nobody else wants it. We did have a lady who had knee replacement, but she didn't want it. So I'm like, I'll take it. So anyhow, we roomed together, which was very easy. Um, and we did very well. And that right there is a quilt that we all made squares for, and then we raffled it off. Depending on how many squares you got, was how many chances you had for the raffle. So that was kind of cool. I didn't win it, but that's okay. And we got to go to a taping of one of their YouTube. We got to go to 2 tapings of YouTube stuff that Missouri Star Quilts does. One is a live stream, and one was, I think maybe actually they were both live streams. One was a trunk show, and one was a little teaching tutorial on binding. So that was fun. That was fun. Um, and then it's just me putting pictures where I can fit them, kind of grouping topics together. Like my favorite quilts, a pattern that I bought, the taping. Um, this was another taping picture from the trunk show. The lady from Australia that comes in our group. And just, it was I love this. I love this. This might be what Van Gogh looks like too, kind of just swirling clusters of ephemera around and um, putting all my pictures down. I don't think I'll need 5 tip-ins for Van Gogh, but you never know. You never know. So, just fun, fun, fun. There's the lady from Australia. I was trying to get her in. Um, and she stays for about a month in the United States. I think I told you that yesterday. Between Canada or the United States, she stays in North America for about a month, just to get her body acclimated and or getting her money's worth for a plane ticket. So she's really nice. But this time her trip with us was at the very end, and she was getting tired. You could tell she was getting tired of being away from home for that long and just out of your normal routine. But we still had fun with her, and she still had fun with us. So that's what counts. Um, so I really like how this turned out. I don't know. I might put some washi tape in there. I might do some stamping in colored inks because I got a couple little things that I could do. Um, but oh gosh, my computer's saying your disk is almost full. Yay! Anyhow, um, just having a grand old time doing this. Now it's flashing yellow. Huh. Okay, I deleted a couple old things, and my husband turned off the blower outside, so hopefully we're okay for the rest of this video. So now I am talking about me flying from Kansas City to Sacramento. And that day happened to be a very stormy day nationwide, probably like Kansas City east. And my flight went from Kansas City to Dallas, Dallas to Sacramento. But because of all the delays, my after 7 hours, I was still no farther than Dallas. And I was so frustrated. I knew I was going to have a rental car problem at the end again, for the same reasons as last time. I knew I was going to be in Sacramento with heavy traffic on a Friday, in a rental car. So I wasn't, used to the car and driving it. I still had a 2 hour drive ahead of me, on a normal day to my sister's house from Sacramento. And I was frustrated, and the flight kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And I called my husband. I'm like, it's 7 hours. I'm still now. It wasn't delayed 7 hours, but I was 7 hours in the process of trying to go west and not getting anywhere. Kansas City from to Dallas was only delayed like an hour, and then my flight from Dallas to Sacramento was delayed like an hour, 2 hours maybe. But it was just frustrating that I had gotten and done that much traveling and not gotten anywhere. And I knew I was going to have problems, and I called my husband. I'm like, I'm going to buy another ticket. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. It's like, just calm down. And I was so frustrated. Um, I don't like, I like it when things go right. When things get off kilter with flying anymore, I don't like it. And you hear all these horror stories anymore, and I know flying is not the way it used to be, for sure. But anyhow, I made it. Hindsight, future me knows I made it, so I'm okay. Um, and so that's what this page was about. Me. And then once I got in the air from Dallas, I was with a young guy that he was sitting next to me. He was from the Navy. No, Coast Guard. And he was stationed in Charleston and was flying home, after one of his training schools, and he had some time off. So he was going home to see his new bride, who was still in California because she was still in college. And we were both interested in the topography of what was below us and the amount of snow that we saw everywhere. And then when we got to the Sacramento area, seeing the Sacramento River and how full it was from all the rain they've had in California. It was interesting talking to him. Such a nice young man, mature, um, just a nice guy to be seated next to and talking with. Which we didn't talk that much. He was quiet most of the time, and so was I. But towards the end, when we started getting over probably like Utah, I said something to him about, he was looking out the window too over my shoulder, and he's like, wow, that's a lot of snow. And I'm like, I know. I said, do you think that's like the Rockies? And he goes, no, it's too red. He said, I think that's in Utah somewhere. I'm like, oh, that makes sense, actually. So then we started talking about traveling, and come to find out he lived in Charleston. And um, I had talked about us, getting close to a nuclear submarine one time on a boat in Charleston, and how the Navy shoot us away. And he was just a really, really nice guy, really nice guy. So that made the trip a little more tolerable. Um, and uh, anyhow, so then when I got to Sacramento, after pleading with a rental car person from a different company, so I had four rental cars when I only needed two. I paid for four. I I got a car, not one to my order, but it was a car. Um, and then it was, because I am so short, the seat wouldn't go far enough forward for me, so I had to scoot my body up on the seat to drive. And this was at night. And I told my sister, I am not driving to your house. I'm going straight to a hotel. And because we were going to be back up in Sacramento the next morning for Van Gogh, I said, I'll just meet you up here. And she was not happy, but we did it and it worked out fine. Um, so I went straight to a hotel and took a nice long hot bath, calmed down, uh, went to sleep, got up, had a nice breakfast, and then met my sister in the Hobby Lobby parking lot, as one does when you're a crafter. And then we went on to Van Gogh. We left my car there, and then when we finished Van Gogh, we went and picked my car up, and then I drove to her house the 2 hours, and so did she. But anyhow, it was a crazy day of travel, a crazy day of travel, a crazy day of car rentals and hotels and things that I didn't expect along the way. I was not expecting to have a hotel. Anyhow, you just have to adjust, and I don't adjust well in environments where I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I need to know my outcome. So, but I survived. I survived. This is me making a couple more notes about the weather and my journaling spots. I'll do those tomorrow. Seems to be if I get all the ephemera down, then I can come back in and do the journaling spots according to how much room I have left, is what's happening. Um, but I really, really, oh, I can't wait to do Van Gogh now. And here is, I can't remember what I was going to put here. I can't read my own writing. Oh, I think Daiso and Hobby Lobby. I don't know. Anyhow, the Van Gogh experience was in a warehouse close to the Sacramento River, and we drove along it for a while. It was really pretty on a side road, and it's amazing how much it went over the levees in places where we were, and how much damage had been done. So Mother Nature, I'm telling you, don't mess with Mother Nature. She got into everybody this winter. I think this has been a really bad winter for Mother Nature. But anyhow, I'm adding a little bit of washi tape. It's Traveler's Notebook washi tape, I think, but it's okay. It's just Traveler's Note. It's travel washi tape, and it works for me in this instance. So I appreciate you watching as always, and I will get back on my plane and fly back to the Philippines and come back in the morning to see you. Thanks for watching. Bye. Not the Philippines, Vietnam. Why do I keep saying Philippines? I don't know.